following practice, I'll recommend that you have a blanket, a couple of blocks or hardcover books, as well as a strap, or if you don't have a strap, you could use a belt, scarf, dog leash. You might have to get creative with that one. To begin, you can take your blanket and fold it up, maybe just once, maybe a little bit more. It's going to be coming under your back, so at your sacrum. As you make your way down onto your back, bring the soles of the feet onto your mat, so the knees are pointing up. And then reaching for your blanket, press the feet into the earth as you lift the hips, and then slide your blanket at your sacrum, so at that flat surface near the low back. And then let the weight of the body just melt over the blanket. Hands might rest over the belly, and close down your eyes. Acknowledge that you carve this time out of your day for yourself, for your practice. If you feel called to set any intention or dedication, you might do that now. And then start to become even more aware of your own breath. How the breath is flowing now, whether it's in and out through the nose, maybe it's in the nose, out the mouth. Build a breath that feels soothing for you, that you will be able to maintain as we move through the different asanas, the different postures. 5 more deep breaths as you are. After your 5th exhale, invite the left knee in towards the chest. Hands could reach for the top of the leg or the back of the leg as you keep the head and shoulders down. Right foot stays on the mat, or extend the right leg long, anchoring the right heel down, the right toes point up, so the right leg is active and strong. And with your inhales, allow the left knee to move away from you a little bit. And with your exhales, hug it in towards your chest. Reach around now for the back of the leg, or you could loop your strap around the sole of the left foot so you can bring the length into your left leg. With the inhales, allow the leg to move a little bit away from you, and with your exhales, bring the leg in towards your chest. Holding the leg in towards you, deep hamstring stretch. Now begin to point and flex through the left foot. Keep the flex in the left foot as you release the leg or release your strap. Bring your arms down beside you. Flexing through the right foot, hover your right heel off of the mat. Take a full breath in. And out. With your next out breath, bring your right leg up to meet the left. Inhale here. Exhale with control, lower the left leg down. Maybe it's just a little bit. You don't have to go all the way to the hover. At the bottom, breathe in. Breathe out, bring the left leg up. Both knees bend in towards the chest. So you can place the left foot down and hug the right knee in. Left foot stays on the mat, or extend the left leg long. Heel anchors down, toes point up, left leg is strong and active. Inhale, allow the right knee to move a little bit away from you. Exhale, bring it in towards you. Reaching for your strap or the back of the right leg. Lengthen into the leg, foot towards the ceiling. Breathe in. Breathe out, bring the leg in a little closer. Gently draw the right leg in, staying in a deep stretch. Start to point and flex the right foot. Keep a flex in the right foot. Left foot is flexed as well. Bring the arms down beside the body, and then hover your left heel off the earth. Reaching through both heels, both legs are strong and active. Take a full breath. Next exhale, bring the left leg up to meet the right. With both legs up, extend both arms up, hands towards the ceiling. Let the hands go really limp. Let the wrists be soft. You may close your eyes. Take a few nourishing breaths in this gentle inversion. Staying in the inversion, you can wiggle your fingers and your toes. Move into the wrists and the ankles. Maybe take the movement into the neck, softly swaying the head from side to side. Hands come down beside the hips as you bend into the knees, so you can bring the soles of the feet back to the mat and the knees point up. Feet are about hip width apart, toes are pointing forward. Take the back of the arms now down beside the ribs, so the fingertips are pointing up, palms towards one another. Really anchor down to the back of the arms. You might feel the shoulder blades lift a little bit off the mat. Heavy through the feet. With your exhale, lift the hips up off of your blanket, so you're in an active bridge. Gaze is straight up towards the ceiling. Take a full breath. Reach underneath to remove the blanket. Staying in this bridge for 3 more cycles of breath. Mindful movement with your exhale, starting at the top of your spine, roll the spine down 1 vertebra at a time. And when your back is on your mat, you can bring both knees into the chest. Maybe opening the hips so the knees go wide. Maybe rock from side to side. However you'd like to get there, make your way all the way up to your hands and your knees in a tabletop. Your table, the knees will be under the hips and the wrists under the shoulders. In your table, begin to walk your knees out wider than the hips, so mat width apart, and the toes might touch at the center line as you move the hips back for a wide knee child's pose. You can stay more active in the arms here if it feels good in your body. Coming up to the fingertips, allow the elbows to lift off your mat. As you exhale, the hips go a little closer to the heels. Feel the stretch from your fingertips to your sit bones. Every inhale, fill up through the lungs. Exhale, hips heavy to the heels. For your next breath, move back up to your hands and your knees, walking the knees back under the hips. Toes curl under, exhale to downward facing dog, reaching the hips up and back. Head goes heavy between the arms. You can choose to keep a deep bend in the knees, or you might choose to pedal out the feet, lengthening one leg at a time. Notice the hamstrings. And also notice your shoulders. Feel a bit of an external rotation through the shoulders as you wrap them out and around, as if you're trying to hide your armpits. With your next breath, walk your hands back to your feet. So you're walking towards the back of your mat. Bend your knees any amount to find yourself in a forward fold. The knees can be bent very generously here, so your belly is on the thighs. Head is heavy, maybe choose to hold opposite elbows. Add a bit more weight into your arms. Holding onto the elbows, bring the fingertips down. You might lift to a halfway lift, lengthen it through the spine, maybe through the legs. With your gaze forward, walk your hands forward to find yourself in a high plank pose. In your high plank, the wrists are under the shoulders and you're light in your toes. You can stay here. You could also take the knees down to modify. Whether you have the knees down or not, there's the option to add a push-up, bending through the arms, and then press yourself up. Knees lift if they're down, high plank. Leading with your hips, move to downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Walk your hands back to your feet. Bend the knees any amount. Coming into that fold. Take a breath when you're here. Inhale to the halfway lift. Walk the hands forward, arriving back in your high plank. Finding alignment, wrists under the shoulders, strong through your core. Draw the belly up and in. Knees can come down. Option for the push-up. Knees come up if they're down, high plank to downward facing dog. Feel the external rotation in the shoulders, wrap them out and around. Really press down through the index fingers and the thumbs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands walk back to the feet. Forward fold at the back of your mat. Now relax the neck, let the head hang. Take a breath. One more time, coming back to your high plank. Pad the hands forward. Find that alignment. Strong through your center, pull it in. Knees can come down. Option for the push-up. And then we're meeting all down on the belly. From your belly, cactus your arms. Take the elbows and the hands out wider than your mat. Tops of the feet grow heavy to the earth and your gaze is right down to the floor. A few baby cobras here, so no weight through the hands or through the arms. With your belly drawing in, legs heavy, lift your heart up off the mat, keeping your neck in line with the spine. Exhale as you take it down. Maybe taking 2 more with the breath. On your last one, you have the option to stay lifted in baby cobra. To check that you're not using the arms at all, you could hover them off the floor. From here, draw the shoulder blades a little bit closer to one another. Maybe your heart lifts a little higher. Always breathing. One more inhale at the top. Exhale, come all the way down. Forehead or ear to the mat. A moment of rest. Close your eyes.
Moving on, turn your gaze down. Come up onto the fingertips and then walk the hands back so they're more in line with your shoulders and the elbows are pointing up. Tented Cobra, your gaze is down to start. The feet are heavy. As you inhale, lift the heart up off the mat, reach it forward. Exhale, take it down. Your back bend does not have to be this deep. You might just lift a little bit. Maybe you feel better in Baby Cobra. If in the Tented Cobra, the next time you're up, stay up. Feeling the heart reach through. Now dip the left shoulder down, so you're turning the left shoulder in. The left ear might hover over the mat. Coming up through center. And then do the same thing on the other side. Have the right shoulder dips down, right ear can hover. And come back through center. Maybe moving to each side one more time. When you're in center, take a breath in. And breath out, come all the way down, maybe stacking the hands to create a pillow, and then rest the forehead or an ear. Whole body is soft. There's the option to bend the knees so the feet lift up. And then you could sway the legs from side to side. When you feel ready to move, turn the gaze down, hands beside the ribs, and press back into a child's pose. So your hips move back to the heels, and the forehead rests down on the mat. Take a few deep breaths into the back of your body. Next inhale, rise up to your hands and your knees and tabletop. You can slide your blanket here under the knees if you do like a little bit more padding. While having the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Bring your left foot up between your hands. So here's where you might like to have the floor a little bit closer to you, so you can slide your blocks or those hardcover books or any other kind of support you might have under the hands. This can be nice in your low lunge. If you want to get a little deeper into your back hip, curl your right toes under, and then lift the right knee, wiggle the right toes a little further back, and then bring the right knee back down. So here you have a bit more length across your right hip. Feel a stretch across the right hip as you shine your heart forward. See how this feels. Remember any intention you set. And then choose if you like to stay here, or if you like to bring the hands up to the thigh. Maybe you like to reach your hands up overhead. Every practice is different, so choose what feels good in your body right now. And then play with closing down your eyes. Notice what happens when you do this. If maybe you feel a little bit more vulnerable, maybe a little bit more uncomfortable, maybe the sensations in the body just get even louder. Can you breathe into them? If you have the hands up, bring them back down to frame your left foot. Inhale to shine your heart forward. Exhale, the hips go back so you can straighten your left leg, point the toes up. Hands can walk in closer if you like them there. Take an inhale to lift and lengthen the spine. Reach your left sit bone further back. Feel that deep stretch down the back of your left leg. And then with your exhale, you might choose to fold the chest over the leg in half splits. your next inhale, bring the left foot back to the top of your mat. Hands frame the left foot as you curl the right toes under, lift the right knee. Hands plant down so you can step back to a high plank. Taking a breath in your plank. Then you can choose to move right to downward facing dog. You can also choose to move through a vinyasa. You can modify it by taking the knees down, tops of the feet down, staying straight through the chest as you lower the chest down. Inhale to cobra, hips stay down, elbows stay bent. Exhale to downward facing dog. Holding space and downward, reach the hips up and back. Legs might be a little bit longer in this downward facing dog, or maybe you wish to keep the knees bent. Press through all the fingertips, especially the index fingers and the thumbs. One more breath. Gently bring the knees down so you can step your right foot up between your hands. Have the props under the hands if you like them there. Going deeper into the low lunge, left toes curl under. To lift the left knee, wiggle the left toes back. And then softly bring the left knee down. Feeling the heart reach forward, feel that stretch across the left hip. Without rushing into your expression, just stay here for a moment. And then maybe choose to add on with the arms, bringing them up to the thigh, or reaching them up overhead. Whether the hands are down or up, feel that you can soften a bit more around your shoulders, bring a bit more length into your neck. One more breath. Hands return to frame the right foot. Inhale, shine the heart forward. Exhale, hips go back for half splits, flexing the right foot, toes point up. Hands walking closer if you like. Inhale to lift and lengthen, reach the right sit bone back. And then exhale, maybe you fold the chest down. With your inhales, you can think about the length in the right leg, reaching the right sit bone back. And with your exhales, think about folding over the leg, deepening the stretch through the hamstrings. Right foot returns to the mat. Hands frame the right foot, left toes are curled under so you can lift the left knee. Step back to your high plank. Holding your plank, one breath in and out. With your next exhale, lead with the hips to reach the hips back into downward facing dog. Head is heavy and neck is soft. Couple breaths, feel the stretch in the spine, maybe the stretch in the legs. Walk your hands to the back of your mat, so back to your feet. Coming into that forward fold. In the fold, you can move the blanket out of the way and let the head go heavy. More passive in your fold, you could be in ragdoll, so bend into the knees. You could hold opposite elbows. Maybe you sway side to side. If you'd like to be more active in your forward fold, take an inhale. Just lean the weight forward a little bit. Get a little longer down the back of your legs. And then exhale, fold the chest down. Think about bringing your belly to the thighs as you let the head go heavy. You could reach for the back of the ankles if you like. Bend the elbows wide, take the chest down. Releasing what you're doing with the arms. I'll bring a bend to the knees, squeeze through the glutes, pull the belly in, and slowly roll up to stand. When you're standing, feel the shoulders roll up and back. And close your eyes. Feel the weight even in both of your feet. up through the crown of your head as you stand a little bit taller. Eyes can open. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, palms towards one another. And then moving from the shoulders, turn the palms away from one another to sweep the arms down. And then wrap your right arm under the left for eagle arms. The palms might come towards one another. Maybe your eagle arms are more like this, reaching for opposite shoulders. Maybe you'd rather keep your hands in prayer. With the arms how you like them, move your gaze to a still point. And feel the weight shift in to your left foot as you reach the right knee up. Full eagle, bend into your left leg, weight a bit more into the heel, wrap the right leg over. The right toes could hover, they can be down. They could also tuck behind the left leg. Squeeze through your thighs. With the eagle arms at the elbows a little higher, take the forearms away from you. All breathing deeply. Keep your gaze on that still point, strong in the left ankle as you straighten the left leg, bring the right knee up. Elbows come down, release the eagle arms. Aware of what's behind you as you extend into a warrior three. You're hinging from the hip to lean forward a bit, looking to create a line from your from the tip of your head to your right heel. Point the right toes down. Take your fingertips down. Standing splits. Inhale, lean forward a little bit. Just get long down the left leg. Exhale, fold over the left leg as you lift the right. Not here very long. Chest lower, right leg higher. One more breath. Inhale, lift a little bit so you can look forward. Now walk your hands forward until you're in a three-legged dog. So your right leg stays extended. The head hangs between the arms. Right leg lift a little higher. Take a full breath. Inhale to the left toes. Maybe the right leg goes a little higher. Exhale, come forward to step your right foot through between the hands. Have your props under the hands if you like a little bit more height. Inhale in your lunge. Exhale, the hips go back, straighten through the legs. Hold the chest down, pyramid pose. Inhale to your lunge. You're on the ball of the left foot. Exhale to pyramid, straighten both legs. One more time. Hold pyramid when you're here. So this can be quite a long stance for pyramid. If you prefer a shorter stance, you could walk the left foot in, lift and lengthen, and then fold over your right leg. If you're feeling a pull at the back of the knee, then you may have gone too far, then bend more to your right leg. Next inhale, lift halfway. Maneuver yourself so you can bring the hands down. You're on the left toes, step to a high plank. Option for the knees to come down. Option to add the push-up. With the knees down, lift them up, high plank. Downward facing dog, hips go up and back. Head heavy between the arms, a breath or two and downward. Hands walk to the feet at the back of your mat. In your forward fold. Up to you if you'd like to be more gentle here, more passive, bend the knees any amount. Upper body just hangs. If you'd like to be more active here, I'll offer up taking the peace fingers around the big toes. Inhale as you lean forward a little bit. Exhale, bend the elbows wide. Feel the strength of your arms as you draw the chest down. Release the arms that you have, bring a bend into the knees. Inhale, rise to stand, reaching the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands meet at the heart center. Close your eyes. Continuing, bring the arms down beside the body, palms open to the front. With your in-breath, reach your arms out, palms towards one another. Turn the palms away from one another and sweep the left arm under the right. Eagle arms, the classic variation, where you might hold opposite shoulders. You can also have your hands in prayer. Arms how you like, and then steady your gaze. The weight's moving into the right foot, and the left knee is lifting up towards the chest. Full eagle, bend into the right leg, weight more into the heel, wrap the left leg over. Maybe tucking the left toes behind the right leg. Squeeze the thighs together. With the eagle arms, lift the elbows a little higher and reach the forearms away from you. Breathing as you balance. Straighten into the right leg as you bring the left knee up. Elbows come down, release the arms. Warrior 3, balancing on the right leg. See if you can bring your gaze right down to your mat. Fingertips down below your gaze. Standing splits, inhale, lean forward a little bit. Exhale, fold over the right leg as you lift the left leg higher. Chest lower, left leg higher, one more breath. Inhale, lift a little bit so you can walk your hands forward until you're in a three-legged dog. Left foot to the sky, head heavy between the arms. Inhale to the right toes, left leg a little higher. Exhale, step the left foot through between the hands. You're in your lunge here, inhale. Exhale, pyramid, straighten the legs, hips go back. 2 more times, inhale as you come forward. Exhale, pyramid pose. When you find yourself in pyramid, stay here. You can adjust your stance again if you like a shorter stance, or maybe it's longer. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen, reach the left sit bone back. Exhale, fold over your left leg. With your next in-breath, lift halfway, look down. Make your way to bring the hands to the mat. You're on the right toes. Step to a high plank. Last time here with the option for the push-up. And then make your way all the way down to your belly. And take a rest when you're on your belly. Close your eyes and stay with your breath. From the belly, extend your right arm in front of you with the palm down, and then roll over onto the right side of your body. You can bring a bend into the right knee here, so you have a bit of a wider base, so it's a little bit easier for you to balance. Bend the left knee, and then bring the left knee towards your left shoulder. Your strap could loop around the sole of the left foot, or your left piece fingers could loop around your left big toe. Keeping a bend in the left leg, or you could straighten into the leg for a hamstring stretch. And every exhale, draw the leg in. Now release what you're holding on to. Keeping a bend in the left knee, turn the knee in line with the right, so both knees are facing the same direction. So your left hand or your strap can catch the top of your left foot. You can make this a little bit harder, straightening into the right leg, maybe a little bit, maybe a little bit more. So dancer's pose, but from your side. You can press the foot into the hand as you open into your heart. As graceful as possible. Roll onto the belly, keeping the left foot. Turn your right thumb to point up. Gaze is down, neck is in line with the spine. Deepening this back bend, you could lift into half bow. Press the left foot into the left hand. Lift the right leg and the right arm. Breathing as you up. With care, release. Come all the way down. Forehead or ear to the mat. Relax the body. And then roll over onto your left side. Left arm can be extended so the left ear is down on the left bicep. You have a bend in the right leg. And then bend the left leg, right knee comes up towards the right shoulder. Reaching for your strap or reaching for your big toe. Keep the bend in the knee or lengthen into the leg, foot towards the sky. Exhale, gently bring the leg in. Release what you're holding on to with the right hand. Bend into the right knee so you're turning the right knee in the same direction as the left. Right hand or your strap takes the top of the right foot. You can keep a bend in the left leg or straighten into the leg. You can keep the right leg as it is or press the right foot into the hand as you create a bit more space throughout your heart, throughout your chest. When you feel ready, roll over onto your belly for the half bow setup. This can be your half bow with the gaze down, foot into the hand or your strap, or you have the option to lift, press the foot into the hand, lift left arm, lift the left leg. You're breathing in your back bend. With care, let go. Come all the way down. A moment of rest. Close your eyes. If you feel like you are done with back bends for right now, then press yourself back into a child's pose. Otherwise, I'll offer up a couple options here. First option could be locust with the arms reaching back, lifting everything up. So more gentle. For full bow, you're bending both knees so the feet point up, and the hands reach back for the tops of the feet or for your strap. And if this is quite a reach, you're probably better off in locust. If you're easily finding the feet, then you might come here. For bow, press the feet into the hands as you lift your body up. Whichever back bend you're in, you might rock a little with the breath. One more breath. Carefully come all the way down. Arms how you like, forehead or ear to the mat. Close the eyes. If it feels good, you can bend the knees so the feet point up and windshield wiper the legs side to side. As many of these as you enjoy. And And press yourself back into a child's pose. Knees can be wide or keep them closer together. Rest the forehead down. Take the time you need in child's pose. And then come up for anything you might like before coming onto your back. We will be moving a little bit more from the back. And I will ask that you have your blanket close by. Now taking a little bit of a similar sequence as to how we open practice. So when you come down to the back with the feet on the mat, toes are pointing forward, and the knees are pointing up. With your blanket, you could fold it just once again. Maybe you like it a little bit higher. It's going to be going back at your sacrum, so back underneath. So you're pressing the mat away. Lift the hips, slide your blanket, and then rest back down. Making adjustments to the shoulders, positioning of the head, and then lift both feet up off the mat. And straighten the legs, feet to the sky. So in this waterfall, in this inversion, notice the hamstrings. If you're a little bit more rested here, it's not so much effort to have the legs up. Hands can be down beside you, they could be on your belly, they could reach back overhead. Close down your eyes. Allow the body to sink heavy into the mat. We're going to be here for at least 10 breaths. So to discipline your mind, to strengthen your mind, start at the number 10. Inhale 10, exhale 10, and then count down all the way to 1. And if you find yourself being carried away by a thought or you simply lose track, then discipline yourself, start back up at the top and breathe all the way to 1. Keeping your eyes closed and keeping the legs up. Reach the arms up so the hands flop, wrists are soft. And you can move into the fingers and the toes, the wrists and the ankles, maybe the neck, maybe the jaw. To come out of the inversion, hands can come down as you bring the feet back down so the knees point up. Make sure your toes are pointing forward. You can press the back of the arms down into the mat, fingertips point up. Pressing into the feet, lift the hips up off of the blanket. And right away, reach for your blanket to remove it, but keep your hips lifted in an active bridge. Arms can come down, so the palms are down, thumbs are pointing in. Soften a bit through the glutes. Option to come onto the toes, lift the heels, keep your gaze straight up. 2 full breaths. With control, start at the top of your spine, roll your spine down 1 vertebra at a time. When the back is down, bring the heels down. And you can bring relief to the back by bringing the knees into the chest. Maybe it's windshield wipering the knees. Maybe it's a big stretch. You're very slowly starting to make your way into Shavasana. The blanket is there if you like it to cover the body. Maybe it slides under the head or at the low back or under the thighs. You want to be as comfortable as you can be, so that you can fully melt into stillness. Soften from the tip of the head all the way to the tip of the toes. Bring the same softness into the mouth, into the eye sockets. Feel completely relaxed, yet completely aware. Keeping your eyes closed. Feel your awareness move to your heart center. Any emotions you might be experiencing. And to return to any intention you may have set. Maybe you feel drawn to a new intention right now.
extend this awareness to the entire body. Reintroduce some movement, maybe a deeper breath. Doing your best not to rush here as you make your way up into a comfortable seat. When you are seated, close back down the eyes. Bring the hands together, thumbs to the chest. Taking a moment of gratitude for this practice, for everything it teaches you, everything it gives you.